Hello everybody, today I'm going to be explaining to you what all the bits and bobs in your PC actually do. So this video is for the beginners, as is this entire playlist, where I'll be giving crash courses on all basic tech concepts and gradually working our way up to a more competent level. So make sure to like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the motherboard first of all. Saying the motherboard is the most important part of the PC is wrong, because that's like saying that the heart is the most important part of the human body, because it's useless without the rest of it. But still, the motherboard is definitely the backbone of a computer. It's the central hub through which all the other parts communicate. So if your CPU wants to read something from a hard drive, it goes through the motherboard. Everything is attached to the motherboard, and the motherboard is everything. Trust the motherboard. The motherboard is your friend. So your motherboard is like your nervous system. So when you input something using your mouse or keyboard, that's going to send signals through the motherboard to the CPU. Now the CPU is the brain of the computer, to cut a long story short, and we'll talk more about that later. And then the CPU is going to send more signals through the motherboard again to other parts of the computer. But what's a nervous system without its brain? That's where the CPU, or Central Processing Unit, comes in. If you see the interior of a PC, this is the square thing in the centre, usually under a fan. The CPU is going to process all of your requests and provide you with the output. And I have a whole video about CPUs in this playlist, so make sure to check that out. Next up, we have the GPU, or Graphics Processing Unit. This is similar to the CPU in its role, but is dedicated to graphical tasks. It can, however, be used like a CPU for logic tasks. This is why crypto miners have rigs with a bunch of GPUs. A GPU is easy to spot because it's quite large and usually sticks up from the motherboard at a 90-degree angle. Moving on, we have RAM. RAM stands for Random Access Memory, and this is the short-term memory of your PC, and is much faster than any of your other storage components. When you load up a program, your CPU will retrieve that program from your storage and load it into RAM for quick and easy access. RAM comes in rectangular sticks that are about the length of your phone and half as wide and thick. Any PC worth its salt will have at least 8GB of RAM, although 16 is recommended. Unfortunately, RAM has to be continually refreshed, which means that if your computer is switched off, it's going to be completely emptied. This is why we need long-term storage. So this is of course where you're going to be putting all of your photos, videos, and those sketchily obtained games, but also your operating system. Now there are three types of main storage. HDD is the oldest, but still used today. HDD stands for hard disk drive, and it stays hard all the time. It stores data on a spinning disk, which makes it the slowest, but also the cheapest of the three, and is used for bulk storage of miscellaneous files. It can be found attached to your PC case and linked to the motherboard by a SATA cable. SSD is much faster than HDD, but tends to be more expensive. It stores data in cells. Cells are the smallest units of storage in an SSD and can store one or more bits of data. Multiple cells combine to form pages, 4 to 8 kilobytes in size, which group together form a block, which is usually several megabytes. Several blocks make up a plane, several planes make up a die, several dies make up a package, and several packages make up the entire SSD. If you have an SSD and an HDD, then you would store programs on this one because of its superior speed. Your operating system goes here as well, unless you happen to have the following option: NVMe. Now this stands for Non-Volatile Memory Express, and is similar to an SSD in its method of storage, but is significantly faster and more efficient due to its proximity with the CPU. While HDDs and SSDs are attached to the PC case and connected to the motherboard via a cable, NVMe is slotted directly into the motherboard and communicates directly with the CPU. This is the ideal place for your operating system files. Finally, there's power. All electronics need a power source, something that converts the AC of your wall socket to DC, which your computer can use. For laptops, this is done by the charger brick, while on desktops, a component called the PSU is responsible. The PSU and the charger brick are basically the same thing, more or less. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Make sure to check out the rest of this playlist to continue your journey. Remember to like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.